everybody.
Hello, everybody. Hey.
This is us. And hopefully we're not as choppy as it looks on my computer.
We'll find out when it starts.
We'll find out when it hits over there. And hopefully this time it doesn't all go...
Super experimental video.
What was weird is that once that actually archived onto YouTube,
right?
It just looked fine.
Yeah. Really, you sent me that message.
So bizarre.
And it looked really peculiar. Yeah, it looks all right.
It looks fine.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the smoothest.
But who is?
We're the smoothest. Stone cold smoothest. Us right here. How many watchers we got? One watcher.
That's me.
That's us. That's okay, though.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
It's true.
Just chill for a second, see if anybody else shows up. What have you been up to?
I started watching Broadchurch, but
Yeah.
I found out I can't watch it at work because I get like way too involved.
I do think it is one of the best shows that I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's super good. I like the music in it. It's really good. I like how interweaving the storylines are.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that motherfucker did it. And then, nope, not them. I'm like, oh, what? And then, so we'll see. I'm excited. I'm like halfway through the first season.
Halfway through the first season.
Yeah, yeah. And so it's super into it. Sophie just started watching it. And she didn't mind the first episode, but she didn't like love it. And I'm like, just need to keep going.
Just gotta keep going.
Yeah, because by episode 3, I was like so hooked.
And you're just one.
Yeah.
Season 2 is pretty good too.
Yeah, I accidentally started watching season 2, episode 1, but I didn't see enough to like ruin
That's
it.
good.
Yeah,
because it would have.
Yeah, I know. That's what Courtney said, or Esme said, and I was like, no, I just really quickly saw it, like, and then after the intro or whatever, and stopped. So I'm glad I didn't finish that.
Yeah, they look at some interesting stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they do. It's cool because it's like about a small town, but it has really big problems.
Yes.
And which
murder is the biggest problem.
Well, that's well, I don't know. There's a lot of big problems. Yeah, murder is the biggest problem. But I like that it's about a small town that I'm not familiar with.
Yeah.
Like a small beach town, but it's not an American beach town where it's like super weird.
Yeah. Still has that sort of like tourist town weirdness to it. But
like seasonal weirdness where half the year it's good tourism and the rest it's empty and dead. Trailer parks and stuff. It's
really
good.
Great show.
Yeah.
If you haven't checked out Broadchurch,
you should.
I definitely recommend it.
Yeah.
Easily my favorite show that I've watched in a really long time.
Yep.
Do you want to talk about that other thing we watched at all?
Yeah, let's do it. You want to record that or not? No, I think we should do it off recording.
We can do it after the outro or something, still on the video, but we'll let people know that we're going to talk. Yeah, it'll probably be spoilers.
Okay. You all know. I mean, I know, and I'm the one watching, so
yeah,
you all know.
Everybody who's watching right now knows everything that we're going to talk about.
Yep.
What else is up?
I'm doing a raw detox.
Oh.
Yeah, I conveniently started that on Wednesday, which was fine. Thursday day was fine, and then I had a real fucked up Thursday and Friday.
Oh,
and
man.
so I had to eat like vending machine food for a while. So that I skipped that day, and then and then now I'm back.
Let's talk about that for a second.
Oh,
so this stream was initially scheduled for Thursday night at about 7:30.
Yep.
But due to unforeseen circumstances, that got postponed.
Yeah.
And then Friday night we were going to do it, but due to the same unforeseen circumstances, it got postponed.
Yeah, because I was still at work.
So talk about that. For a second.
Luckily you messaged me about it, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, cool. I'll bring the tripod tomorrow. And I'm like, I better check if it's today or tomorrow. I don't remember. And so luckily I have it in my calendar, and I pulled my calendar, and it was that evening, Thursday evening. And so on Thursday I worked a full day of work, New Year's Eve day, and then went home. Well, I was coming to Sophie's house and got right off on the exit right over here on Mississippi and got a call, hey, this building's on fire. You need to come back. And I'm like, fuck, what? And so I turned around and drove all the way back to work and was there until 10:30 p.m.
Man.
Because of some stuff that I can't really talk about. And then I went home. I got home at like 12:30 because I went to pick Sophie up at a party or whatever, and then I got to sleep at 12:30. Let's say that. So I got home at like 12, and then took a while to go to sleep, and then 4 o'clock in the morning comes around, phone call. Guess what? Going back to work. Another thing blew up, and so I went back to work, and worked all the way until 9 a.m., 9:30 a.m., I believe. And then had another thing that I had to do at noon to fix this problem. And so I went to my parents' house, which is close, and napped for 2 hours and then went back. And then I was there until 4:30 p.m. the next day.
So how many hours did you work in this 2-day period?
31.
31 out of 48 hours.
31 out of 48 hours I worked. So it was tough, man. It was a very trying period, but it was one of those things where it's such an emergency situation that you're just kind of in go mode the whole time. And then by the time you sit down, you're like, oh, I feel sick. Like I feel real sick. And so that's when we're like, hey, we need to go. Like we need to go to bed.
Yeah.
And so we did, but we got called back.
Yeah. Yeah, it was funny because you were like, I'm about to get home from work, last night.
Yeah.
Can we not do this tonight? And I was like, the fuck?
Yeah.
Of course not. Of course we don't have to.
If you want to, I can, but I'm going to look real haggard. Like, you think I look haggard now. Yesterday, I was just dead.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we got 2 watching. Yep. What's up, number 2? Who are you?
What's up? Oh, is the audio good?
Yeah, let us know if the audio is good.
Sophie, is the audio good?
Is that who we got?
Probably. It'll take a minute.
It'll take a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see, what else is up?
Yeah, what's up with you? Just hanging out?
Yeah.
What are you reading?
We've been sick. I haven't been reading.
Oh, you've been sick?
Yeah.
That sucks.
So.
Collectively sick?
Last Monday, I started to get sick.
Ugh.
And I was sick all last week. And this Monday, I thought I was better.
Yeah.
I thought I was starting to get better. Tuesday, I was like, okay, I'm feeling good. Wednesday, I'm like, all right, I'm good. I can go do my workout.
Right. Nope.
It's an hour-long workout. I went, and the whole last 20 to 30 minutes was hard sparring.
Oof.
By the end of it, I thought I was going to throw up. So I was like, I'm not going to go today.
Yeah.
It's good, but not without headphones.
So just quiet then?
How's it sound now? Yeah, so I didn't go today, which bums me out. That means I've gone 2 weeks with only one jiu-jitsu class, and it's like something that I look forward to all of my time.
And at this point, I bet it's kind of a staple of your week. If it doesn't happen, it's real weird.
It is. And because I've been going to the later classes, it's been I've been doing a half-hour sparring 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And not having that is just... It's bizarre,
weird.
And it makes me feel slow and...
Just throw your whole week off.
Yeah. It throws everything off.
Yeah.
So that and then Melissa just got sick too. So we've been binge watching Alaska: The Wild Frontier.
How's that?
Last Frontier. It's better than I would have expected it to be.
What is it? She says better now.
1 second. I got to turn down the record volume on this to make sure that when we actually record this,
it's not crazy loud.
Yeah, we don't clip it out all over the place.
Yeah. How about now?
Yeah, it's way better than I would have thought. It's about this family of people who do subsistence living. Basically, they have these farms on homesteads where they produce all their own food. They any meat that they eat, they have to go hunt or raise.
Yeah.
They build their own houses. They build their own shelters.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's been pretty interesting. They don't have running water. They don't have electricity. We watched this guy put running water in because he's about to have a baby, and his wife's like, it'd be nice to have running water for this kid.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's actually been pretty interesting to watch. Some of it is hard to watch, some of the hunting stuff.
Yeah.
Especially when they're killing bears and stuff.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, it's so cute.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That's
or
tough.
Wolves that are attacking their cattle, they'll shoot, and it's just ugh.
Yeah, it's a little rough.
Man.
So you're super hooked on this weird survival show.
It's just been better than anything else we've been trying to watch, and so it stayed on.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, we just finished editing our second short film.
That's true.
Which I just showed you. So on to the next one now. I'll get that uploaded tonight, and I'm not telling you people where it's at yet.
Not yet.
I think one more, and we
Sure.
can start telling people.
Sure.
If you can find it,
Yeah, sure.
kudos. But I don't know how you would find it without knowing what the titles of either the films are called or the title of the YouTube channel.
Yeah. You're kind of rough.
Yeah. If you know us, you can try and guess at some names.
Yeah.
It's something we use a lot. So
Yeah.
but not talking to ghosts, as you
Nope.
can obviously
Nope.
tell. What else is up? Who we got
Podcasting.
this week? This week is Jairus Khan from Ad-ver-sary.
Right.
Just re-listened to the interview yesterday.
Super good, right?
Today, actually.
Today.
Yesterday? Yeah, it was super good.
Don't ask me about today or yesterday. I don't know.
Yeah, I
I
bet.
have no idea what date it is. Today's Saturday, I think.
I listened to it yesterday
Okay.
because I was expecting to do the intros, outros
Yeah.
last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah. I
really
liked
good
it.
interview.
I like that we talked about his book list. That was my favorite part.
Yeah, that was great. If you want a good list of sci-fi written by women authors,
Check out his Goodreads.
check out Jairus Khan's Goodreads.
Yeah. I put it in the Facebook eventually.
Yeah, we can try putting it there. So yeah, I think that it's about time we get started on that.
All right.
So
Let's
our
do it.
our one watcher, if you've got any questions for us for our outro, you can feel free to ask. You can probably ask anytime you want,
Yeah.
given
that's
who
true.
you are. But yeah, so welcome to Talking to Ghosts. I'm Wes Mueller,
And I'm Michael Kurt.
and this week, Michael Kurt. We talked with Jairus Khan of Ad-ver-sary and the new Antigen Shift record, Brothers.
Right. Right. Yeah, I played a show with ad-ver-sary with my hardware project, and it was super fun.
Yeah.
And we talked him into doing an interview at their weird
Airbnb.
Airbnb. That's weird, but
Yeah, it was cool. We actually did 2 interviews that night.
Right.
The next one will be our next episode, and that's with Natalie Zed,
yeah.
which was also a super fun interview.
Yeah, it was really good.
In this interview, we talked about a lot of cool stuff, and we'll let you get to that. So without further ado, here's your interview. All right. Intro recorded. What do we got? We got any questions from our one viewer audience?
Any questions? We're looking at you on the small screen.
Any questions?
Any questions? Meet the press.
That's messing up with the color temperature.
I bet it is.
Did you see that?
Oh, yeah.
Interesting. That's
It's
neat.
kind of fun.
Yeah.
No,
Nope.
Nothing.
It's like
Just
blue. This is wrong.
All right.
Look, there's us staring at it.
Look like a bunch of creeps.
What a bunch of creeps.
No. She got nothing.
No questions.
Nope.
All right, then we'll get to our outros. And that was our interview with Jairus Khan.
Yep. Super fun.
Super fun.
Told you.
I had a lot of fun talking to him. We talked. He actually pops up on the next interview too for just a moment.
Yeah. We'll start talking about UFC stuff.
Yeah, we start talking about MMA, and he pops in. Man, I liked getting to talk about MMA.
I bet.
Really.
You're not going to do that too often?
Sometimes at work I get to.
Oh, okay.
It's like the one sport that I can talk about. So.
Yeah, it's the one you have like you have all the info on.
Yeah. So yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what's up? What do we got to talk about on this outro?
Well, I'd like to take a second to talk about Velvet Antichrist. If you have a second.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I like Velvet Antichrist.
Do we need to put a pause or anything?
No.
Okay.
I like Velvet Antichrist. His internet presence, he decided to hand off to someone else recently
Interesting.
because he didn't want to be dramatic on the internet.
That's interesting.
How do you feel about that? Not about him personally, but about like having another person handle your band account on our level, like pretend he's on our level. If
he was actually on our level, I'd say that would be a weird thing to do.
Right. Well, let's say that he's a little bit above our level.
I still think it's weird for somebody who's not like, well, I don't know what his mentions are like. If his mentions are anything like Ludovico techniques, I could understand
They're
that.
similar, except they're a lot more back and forth. Like, he goes real hard on the, like, I'm going to do things for the fans, and I'm going to get out there, and I'm going to see people, and I'm going to tour more. And then the next day he'll be like, I fucking hate everybody. I'm not doing anything for the fans and stuff like that. And it's very well known. Like he knows that he's being a shit about it, to be honest. And I feel bad a little bit because it's like, man, people think your music's great. Like, people like it.
Yeah.
They go to the shows, right? It's just kind of a sad product of the industry that we have now. And kind of like, he's not making enough money to really do it on his own anymore, I don't think. And it's making him scared. Or I would be scared in his situation, I should say.
Yeah. That's an interesting thing because he's one of those guys who's been able to do music.
Right, solely.
As his thing.
Right, for a while.
For that to end, like, what do you do if, like, music's been your thing for years and that ends?
Right, and you even have any work skills, right? I mean, except for music. I mean, he could do, like, video game music, I'm sure, easily.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But, I mean, aside from that, like, what do you do after that?
Yeah, that's a scary thought.
Yeah, well, because he was a studio band for a long time.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, because he just started touring maybe 3-4 years ago.
Oh, I see what you mean. I thought you meant like a studio musician. Like
No, sorry. One who releases only studio albums and doesn't support them with tour.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. And so it's real strange. Like, I kind of feel bad for the...
pulling a Marco Rubio.
How dare you? I kind of feel bad for the climate that he's in, you know, like that sucks to be an artist and be struggling mentally with that kind of stuff, like kind of losing your grip on having to do it anymore.
Yeah.
But at the same time, man, it's real weird to watch on Facebook about like up and down and up and down and up and down.
So what are the new posts like now that he's...
I haven't seen a new post yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. It'll be interesting to see what that looks like on this level of music. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see. I don't have strong opinions on it. Like, if you don't want to manage your own social media, I hate social media.
Yeah.
If I could get somebody else to manage all of our
That'd be
social
fucking
media,
great.
yeah,
I
would
so
do
good.
it. I like doing this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
This stuff is fun.
Yeah.
But like posting on Facebook,
oh, I hate it.
I hate it
so much. I do it so much now. It's hard. It's hard to remind myself that I have to like keep up a presence with all the different things that I do on Facebook, and I'm just like, man.
Yeah, I don't, and I don't do that. You know, like, I don't post on Facebook except as pages. Right. Which, you know, means my post gets seen by
3 or 4
people if I'm lucky.
Sometimes 100 for no reason.
Yeah, you know what's interesting is Facebook down promotes YouTube videos. Oh. So this stream, the first time I posted it, reached 4 people.
Interesting.
4 people.
But
this sort of thing gets me heated because people come to our page, they click like, they actively are telling Facebook, I want to see stuff from this page. Yeah. And then Facebook decides, we only want to show this to 4 of the 250 people or whatever it is.
Right. Well, it's over 300 now, luckily. Thanks, bros. Yeah, I think so.
When did that happen?
I think it's like 313 now, which I was like, yes. But it's interesting because, like, why... So there's a lot of options to unfollow people. You can still be their friends or whatever, but unfollow them, right? Yeah. So you don't have to see their shit. But, like, why give the option if you're just going to do it anyway? Because they want to make money, obviously.
They want to make money.
I mean, everybody knows that now.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's real interesting. I've been talking to Caustic a lot, Matt, about that. Yeah. About using pictures instead of video or link posts because pictures see more people.
Yeah, I've been...
It's strange.
Throwing pictures in our links for stuff, but there's still...
No, without links, I mean.
Excuse me. There's still link posts with a picture attached.
Right, yeah. I'm still doing an experiment with that. It's hard to kind of grasp without 3 or 4 different times, but... Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. Anyway, if someone else wants to do social media, if Matt wants to do social media for us, I'm sure he has time, right? Yeah. He's got all kinds of time.
He's got like no kids, no music stuff to work
jobs.
on, no job.
Plural.
So he probably has plenty of time to do that.
Yeah, no small record label. You know, no Kickstarter backers to get back to.
No. Just got plenty of time.
So tell me about Catch Me Up with I Die, You Die. I'm lazy and I haven't been up with it. What was the off topic about?
Oh, the off
Wrestling.
topic was great. I mean, it was wrestling.
Of
It
course.
was. They talked a little bit about metal. They talked about
Metal. I like metal.
Mirror. No, I was into Mirror.
Oh,
They were talking about this other band that is like Icelandic black metal band that was super heavy. It was cool. Yeah, you know how they're off topic.
Yeah, wrestling music.
Comic books,
Yeah.
sci-fi.
Oh man, I need to listen to that still. It's downloaded. I just need to listen to it.
Yeah.
It's been a while. What would our off topic be about?
What would our we're always off topic.
I know. I was gonna say we don't have a topic usually.
We, as long as we're talking
Get
about
real nerdy about coffee.
creative people and creative things, I think we're pretty much on topic for us. Like we're definitely we're in a weird space, I think.
Yeah, we are.
Because we primarily are interested in goth industrial culture.
Sure.
And that tends to be the people we talk to, but that's not what we don't limit ourselves to that.
Right.
Obviously, because we've had like Jen Van Meter, we've had John Scalzi.
And so those have been some of my favorite interviews, to be honest. Like
yeah,
the real
Lucy
off
Bellwood.
Yeah, John Scalzi, Lucy, and like some of these off the kilter ones, like Natalie. The next one was kind of different.
So good. I mean, she's into some of she's more into metal, I think.
Yeah, and that kind of falls within our thing. But
and people who get kicked in the face. But yeah, no, super fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
There's somebody who I'd like to interview, but I think they just moved to LA from Seattle.
The fuck.
So I think it's going to be a no-go.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the Steve Gaynor.
Oh, yeah.
What a fun episode.
Yeah, yeah.
If you haven't listened to that one yet,
you should.
That was episode 45. Definitely give that a listen. I was editing it and listening to the full episode to edit it, and I was laughing my ass off. Like, Melissa came in here. She's like, "Are you giggling to yourself?" I'm like,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that good.
It's all about going hard on some Stonewall jerky. You motherfuckers know you got fucking hot trash garbage jerky.
About that.
Fucking
that was the best.
Dry and gross.
Man. Yeah, that was the best. Well, you want to get into our spoiler cast? You want to get on our spoiler time?
Let's do it on the stream, but not on this. We're going to talk about Star Wars on the stream.
Hey, if you want to talk to us,
you can look for Talking to Ghosts on YouTube.
Yeah.
We don't have a URL yet because we have one subscriber. Nice. I notice you're not subscribed to Michael Kurt. Let's fix that. How about that?
I don't know what you're talking about. I am definitely subscribed.
Hey!
2 subscribers, bro.
2 subscribers.
Yeah, or if you want to talk to us about Star Wars, you want to send me a lengthy email, talkingtoghostcast@gmail.com. I'll talk to you about Star Wars. We'll get in on it together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can find us at www.talkingtoghost.com.
Yep.
Twitter.com/talkingtoghost.
Yep.
Got to leave that S off.
Yep.
And Instagram is Talking to Ghost Cast.
Yep. That's it. Facebook.
Facebook.com/Talking to Ghosts. You know, we got our social media presence.
It's true.
What?
We don't do anything with it, but you should find it. Also, so we're finally coming up to the end of our large stockpile of interviews.
Yeah,
that we had for a long time.
4 left in the tank.
So we have like till February, the end of February probably. But if you're interested in somebody that you know is either on tour coming through Portland or
lives in Portland
or Seattle or something coming down, give us a shout because we're interested. We don't do Skype interviews anymore unless we can help it.
Yeah, if we need to,
we will. For sure.
But we'd rather not.
It's just the quality's not great.
Well, it's not even that. It's
hard to get into.
It's that the flow of the conversation is interrupted by the lag time on the stream between people.
Right.
And I think that's the biggest thing. I think that when we're talking back and forth conversationally, that's when our episodes are at their best, and Skype just doesn't do that for us.
Yeah.
As much as we'd like it to.
I know. Yeah, that's unfortunate. But anyway, if you want to get at us, you got those URLs.
You got them.
All right.
And remember, we're all just ghosts waiting to die.
Nice.
And that's our intros, outros recorded.
Yep.
So we're going to talk about Star Wars a little bit.
Yep.
So
Spoilers.
we'll probably get into some spoilers.
So
If you don't want to hear spoilers on the new Star Wars movie, click away from the stream now.
Right now.
Right now.
Get out. Go. You go.
Let's see. I should have made a spoiler plate. I didn't even think about it.
It's all right.
Oh, well.
Fuck it.
We'll give you a second.
Idiots.
All right. So now that you've had time to think about Star Wars, how do you feel about the new Star Wars movie?
I still like it a lot,
Marco
even though I've heard a
Rubio
lot.
again.
Huh?
Marco Rubio again.
Yep. I don't know who that is, but fuck that guy. Rotters. I still like it a lot. I know we have talked a lot about kind of the things we didn't like and kind of the things that were missing or issues. Yeah, and I think everybody has. I still really enjoyed it. I would still go see it in theaters even. I still pay $12 to go see it again.
Yeah, without a doubt. I think that as a movie, it was a really great movie.
Right.
Really fun, well done, really awesome. The amount of practical effects that they use and
really
the way
good.
they meld practical effects and CG in this movie is expert.
Yeah.
George Lucas said something about how he didn't like it because it was a retro movie and he was always trying to innovate and push forward.
Yeah.
But
I can we stop really quick. I really hated that people glommed onto that white slaver thing. I was like, you fucking kidding me? That wasn't even a good analogy. Like, just chill.
I mean, George Lucas is an idiot.
Yeah, of course. He's always been.
He made the prequels. You know, like what more do you need? If you need more, he also made that movie about the Tuskegee pilots, and that was terrible.
I didn't see it. I didn't even know about it.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but I saw enough about it to know that it was terrible.
Yeah.
And then in interviews for it, he said that it was an important movie because it would finally provide role models for black kids.
Whew, that's not good.
Good job, white guy.
Good job, old white guy.
Good job, old white guy.
He lives on a ranch by himself.
What a weirdo.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me ask you this. If you saw it for the first time, or let's say you saw Force Awakens and it was your very first Star Wars, what would you think? I know there's a lot of nostalgia. There's a lot of callbacks to old Star Wars. If you saw it with no knowledge.
If you had never seen a Star Wars movie before in your life, this would be a great movie for you.
Still be a good intro, right?
Yeah, it would be a great intro to the series. You could feel good about it in a way you couldn't feel good about the prequels.
Right.
I haven't watched the prequels since I liked them.
Yeah, I only watched the reviews you sent me.
Yeah.
Which is enough.
But when I was a kid, I liked the prequels.
So did I.
I thought they were good movies.
Yeah.
I didn't understand how bad they were from a story standpoint and even from a filmmaking standpoint. As we have gotten into filmmaking, that stuff has become a lot more clear in how stories are told visually. And, you know, even as we become adults, like I haven't seen the prequels since I was like a preteen.
Right. Yeah. I definitely haven't either. And at the time, I was the target audience. Like I liked blow up special effects and
I was
crazy fast
just
speed
like,
racing.
Whoa, super cool.
Right.
I can't tell you how much I played the pod racer game on N64.
That was a great game.
That was a legitimately good game.
Yeah.
It rewarded you for exploring and trying to find shortcuts and, you know.
Yeah.
It was a legitimately good game.
Yeah.
The movie, not so much. However, The Force Awakens is legitimately a good movie.
Right.
It has issues.
Right. But if you saw it for the first time, would you know that though? Like, not knowing the callbacks and not knowing the previous structures.
If you didn't know that stuff, it would still have issues. Primarily, the biggest issue with the movie is how powerful Rey is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you wouldn't 100% know that based on. Well, here's the thing. I think that would be more apparent to people who had no attachment to Star Wars.
Yes.
Because they wouldn't know about how long it took for Luke Skywalker to develop his Force powers.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you didn't have that as like, I think the Rey thing would just be like, why is she so powerful, so fast with the Force? Like, even without context for previous Star Wars movies, I think that would be a big thing.
Sure.
But just overall, like, what's interesting about the Rey character is that there are lots of little things where you could point to them as like, this is why she knows how to do this, and this is why she knows how to do this. But then they just crank it a little too far.
The end.
Well,
towards the end.
Throughout the whole movie. Like, she's a scavenger who's had to, fend for herself on a not Tatooine desert planet. So she's clearly going to be tech savvy. She's clearly going to be able to handle herself. It shows her using a melee weapon.
Sure.
So going from one melee weapon to another melee weapon, like the staff to a lightsaber, might not be such a big leap. However, just because you're a scavenger who knows how to handle electronics and fly junkers doesn't mean you're going to be able to know how to fly a spaceship that you've never flown before.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
She struggles with it for like
half a second,
for like a minute of the few minute chase scene, and then after the first minute, she's like an expert pilot.
Yeah, without a co-pilot.
Without a co-pilot.
Yeah, which is unreasonable.
In a movie where they establish that Han Solo without a co-pilot struggles.
Right.
Unrealistically powerful. She fixes the issue with jumping to light speed in a way that Han Solo was not able to.
Right. Well, I thought that was
when
funny.
he knows the ship. It's a funny moment, and it's good as a moment, but then it's like, oh, it's a little much.
It is a little much. I did like that they this is on the Miniature Nerd review, that they made her like stab at Ren, like she didn't know how to use a sword very well. Like she's just stabbing forward instead of using like a technique or whatever. I thought that was cool. I didn't really at the time. I was like, why is she like stabbing forward? That doesn't make sense. I'm like, oh, she doesn't know how to use a sword.
Yeah,
like that makes sense.
And I think there were little things like that. He made a big deal. Miniature Nerd made a big deal about Finn using a lightsaber too well.
Right.
But I think that makes sense. Like, it established in that universe that stormtroopers are trained with some sort of melee weapon.
Yeah.
So if you're a trained soldier, it's more likely that you're going to be able to better move between types of weapons.
I was talking to my boss about this because I was the only person who saw it other than him. And he said he thought that Finn, in his fun, like weird, this is his like really fantasy thing, not established, but he thought that Ren might be a long descendant of Samuel L. Jackson's character in the prequels. Hard to say.
Either way, sword powers don't get passed down through, or sword fighting ability doesn't
but the
get
Force
passed.
does.
The Force
can.
Yeah.
And that's what I said. I was like, I don't know. It's fun to think about. But
yeah, fun to think about. I think it. Well, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Someone else said he was a clone, but I think they established he wasn't a clone.
That was something I liked. They established that stormtroopers are not clones
anymore.
That they never were clones.
Oh, I thought there was clones and non-clones.
There's the clone army, and then there's stormtroopers, which are basically raised from birth,
stolen and raised from birth
to be soldiers.
Right, which is a nice connection to World War II, I thought.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Not necessarily all about Nazi Germany and stuff like that, but there was a lot of instances where people were raising children to be soldiers right away. And then there's a lot of children soldiers still, right, in Africa and stuff like that. And so
either way,
I thought that was interesting.
No matter what you're connecting it to, it's a messed up thing. I did think that the Hitler illusions in the First Order were a little strong.
They were a little much. John didn't have a problem with that, Miniature Nerd, but I did.
I thought it was a bit much.
It was I could do without that whole scene actually and be okay
I don't think it added anything.
I think it's pretty well established that they were a large army with imperial
large
fascist notion,
fascist army.
I think it was good. I think they got that, but
Yeah, I think when you blow up a planet, you don't need a big Hitler flag behind you to establish that you're the bad guy.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, we could talk about this all night, though. We probably shouldn't.
Yeah, we probably could. Let's see. Any other issues that I wanted to bring up with it?
There's just little issues,
Yeah, I think
the romance thing.
The romance was unnecessary.
But,
Finn and Rey should just be buds. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense for it to it just feels forced.
Right. It just feels like the Force was awakened.
The
It was
power of the
Force
Force is I
Is that
can't make a
romance?
good pun with this. Either way,
Yeah.
that romance subplot seems forced, and I hope that they don't continue it through the second and third.
Yeah, I'll
movie.
be interested to see what happens. There was one other thing we talked about that I can't remember that I didn't like. I think it was more about that too, about like, shit, what was it? I can't remember. On the way home, we talked about more of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. So I think that's all I want to say about Star Wars at this
Yep.
point.
Go see it if you're into Star Wars at all, or you just like sci-fi stuff. It was fun.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
I thought I saw something that said that the first line of the movie was, "This will begin to make things better."
Oh, that's great.
And somebody posited that was J.J. Abrams saying, "Guys, I'm trying to make this a good series of movies again."
Yeah. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I still want to go and watch 4, 5, 6, and then 7 right afterwards.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, I really want to. I mean, I should go back and start from 1, but I don't need to.
You don't need to.
Yeah, especially now.
There's
after
no
watching that
story,
review.
so why bother?
Yeah, there isn't, right? There isn't a connection from 3 to 4 at all, aside from that
Just
Darth
that.
Vader is established.
Yeah.
Even then.
It's not worth it. The prequels aren't worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, start at 4, watch through 7.
Yeah, I think I will. That'd be fun. Yeah.
Cool.
I'm stoked to see Hateful Eight sometime soon.
Yeah, we should go see that on 70mm while it's still playing.
Yeah. Too bad we didn't go to opening night.
The day after we talked about going to see 70mm
know.
Hateful Eight,
Yeah.
the day after I saw that Quentin Tarantino was at it.
Both the 6 and the 10 show. Except those are both sold out already, but yeah,
Man,
I know. Fuck. That's awesome. Well, I guess they're also showing the roadshow version, which is 3.5 hours long and not the regular 2 or something.
interesting.
Yeah, but I was like, God damn it! I that's not confirmed. It was on an article I read from the Willamette Weekly, and they're sometimes not truthful.
Yeah,
But
either way, I'd like to go see it on 70mm.
yep, dope.
Yeah, I think that's going to be it for us tonight. Thank you for joining us on our stream. Hit us up on Facebook. Go check out Jairus Khan.
Yep.
Make sure to catch the episode on Monday if you're watching the archive of this. Check out talkingtoghost.com.
Yep.
We write Poltergeist every other week. That's our track reviews where we talk about things that we've had on repeat. What are some things that we've written about there recently? I wrote about the Valhalla remix of Caustic.
That was great. I wrote about 2 bands that I can't pronounce or remember their name. I wrote about black metal and stuff like that sometimes. There's a really cool ambient noise one that I wrote about. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of good stuff. You should check it out. If you're bored and need some new music, go for it.
Yeah, check out Poltergeist.
We run through some stuff.
We go through all of it.
Yeah.
We listen to all the music.
Yeah, and hey, if you want to write a Poltergeist, let me know.
Yeah, hit us up. Why not?
Alex Kennedy?
They probably don't watch this.
No, probably not.
Cool.
All right. See ya.
Thanks, guys.